Beautiful home designs are everywhere. Gorgeous kitchens, stunning staircases, bathrooms that look like five-star resorts. But nobody tells you the truth before you spend the money. Many of those designs are absolute disasters the moment you have to live with them. Kitchens that punish you for cooking, staircases that put your family at risk, countertops that cannot survive a warm pan, bathrooms with no door, no privacy, and no one to blame but the builder who sold it to you as luxury. Contractors know these trends do not hold up. Designers know it too. They've just been afraid to say it out loud, until now. Today, we're exposing the top 10 design trends that look stunning on a screen but completely fall apart in a real home. And for everyone, we'll show you what to do instead. If you're tired of being sold on trends that only work in a showroom, hit that subscribe button. Your home should look good and work even better. Let's get started. TV mounted too high above the fireplace. This is probably the most common design mistake in American homes right now. The fireplace takes the main wall, and the TV goes above it because there's nowhere else it can go. It seems logical enough, but it forces you to tilt your head upward for hours, like watching a movie from the front row. For a quick glance at the score, maybe that's fine, but for a full evening of watching, that angle takes a real toll on your neck and back, and if you already deal with any stiffness or discomfort, it makes everything worse. In many newer open-plan homes across California, Florida, and Texas, the fireplace wall is the only wall long enough for a TV. Windows on one side, a hallway on the other, and the fireplace right in the center. So people accept the discomfort because they genuinely feel stuck. The ideal TV height is at seated eye level, roughly 42 inches from the floor to the center of the screen. If the fireplace takes the best spot, try placing the TV on a perpendicular wall and rearranging your seating to face it. Another excellent option is a pull-down articulating mount that holds the TV above the fireplace when not in use and lowers it to a comfortable height when watching. They are widely available and straightforward for a professional to install. Your neck and your comfort will thank you. Crazy textured tiles like pebbles and stones. Pebble and stone tiles promise to turn your bathroom into a spa retreat. You see them on renovation shows all the time. They look natural, organic, and surprisingly affordable. It sounds wonderful until you are the one responsible for keeping them clean. And that is where the dream turns into a job that never ends. Water pools around the uneven stones, creating perfect conditions for mold. Soap scum and dirt get trapped in every tiny gap between the stones, which means you are on your hands and knees scrubbing with a toothbrush to get between them. Professional housekeepers say these are among the most difficult surfaces they deal with. Many natural stones are porous and need resealing far more often than manufactured tiles. And here is something most people don't realize until it's too late. Once mold gets underneath the transparent caulking commonly used around these stones, you cannot reach it with any brush. The products strong enough to kill the mold contain bleach, which damages the caulking itself, trapping you in a cycle of deterioration that only gets worse. The good news is that modern tiles come in beautiful textures and natural-looking finishes. Choose one with slight texture for grip, but a smooth enough surface to clean with a sponge. You get the spa feel without spending your weekends on your knees. The micro backsplash or no backsplash trend. There is a growing trend to eliminate the kitchen backsplash entirely or install just a tiny strip a couple of inches up the wall. On renovation shows and in design magazines, it looks clean and beautiful. The idea is to bring that warm, seamless living room feel into the kitchen. But those kitchens are styled for cameras, not for everyday cooking. They belong in display homes where no one is actually frying an egg or making a pot of sauce. For anyone who actually uses their kitchen every day, a backsplash is not optional. It protects your walls from grease, oil splatters, steam, and food splashes. Without one, that beautifully painted wall behind the stove will be stained within months, no matter how careful you are. And the popular micro backsplash that goes just a couple of inches up the wall does not help with real oil splatter from actual cooking. The telling detail is this: professional designers who promote the no backsplash look almost always still install a full backsplash behind the actual cooking zone. They know it is essential, they just don't highlight it in the photos. An excellent alternative is a glass backsplash. It is nearly invisible, extremely easy to wipe clean, and protects the wall without breaking that seamless modern look. Vessel sinks and flat-bottom sinks. Vessel sinks look beautiful in showrooms. That elegant bowl sitting on top of a vanity gives off a modern sculptural feeling. Flat-bottom sinks with their squared-off shape look sleek and contemporary, but they are genuinely frustrating to use every single day. Flat-bottom sinks don't have enough slope toward the drain. Food particles, toothpaste, and soap residue collect around the flat edges, rather than flowing away naturally. You end up running extra water just to push everything toward the drain. Vessel sinks sit higher than traditional ones, meaning water splashes more easily onto the counter and floor. They're harder to clean around the base where it meets the vanity, and the height can be uncomfortable if you have any mobility concerns or if grandchildren visit. If you like a modern look, consider undermount sinks with a gentle bowl curve. They drain properly and are easy to maintain. If set on a vessel sink, try one at a showroom first. Turn on the water, wash your hands, and see how it actually feels before committing. Bare exposed light bulbs. Those black wire industrial pendant lights with exposed Edison bulbs are everywhere. They are affordable and charming, and they add a warm vintage character to any room. But as a primary light source, they are a genuinely poor choice. The light is completely undiffused. There is nothing between the glowing filament and your eyes, creating harsh, unflattering shadows on everything, including faces at the dinner table. Most decorative Edison bulbs produce between 150 and 400 lumens in the 2000 Kelvin to 2200 Kelvin range, roughly half the brightness of a standard bulb. They look warm and inviting, but they simply are not bright enough for cooking, reading, or any close-up work. Use them as decorative accent lighting only. Dim them, tuck them in a corner, use them for atmosphere. Then, supplement with functional lighting. Under-cabinet lights for countertops, directional sconces for workspaces, and fixtures with frosted glass or fabric shades for living areas. That layered approach gives you beauty and function together. Epoxy DIY countertops. You may have seen videos where someone transforms a tired countertop into what looks like Italian marble using epoxy resin. On screen, it looks like magic. In person, the vast majority of the time, it looks like marble's inexpensive plastic imitation. Epoxy scratches easily from metal utensils and everyday kitchen use. Most standard epoxy begins to soften at temperatures from 120 to 150 degrees Fahrenheit, meaning a warm pan from the stove can warp or yellow the surface permanently. Premium formulas claim higher tolerance, but typical epoxy kits are nowhere near that level. Hand painting. Realistic marble veins requires genuine artistic skill, and the self-leveling resin runs toward edges and drips everywhere during application. Quality laminate is often cheaper, easier to install, and looks far more convincing than epoxy. Modern laminates are genuinely difficult to distinguish from natural stone. If you still want to try epoxy, practice on something small first, and always keep trivets handy, because even with sealant, standard epoxy is vulnerable to heat damage. Oversized kitchen islands in small spaces. A kitchen island is a wonderful addition when the space genuinely accommodates it. But the trend has gone so far that builders are now fitting oversized islands into kitchens that simply cannot handle them. Doorless bathrooms. A full bathroom sits completely open in the corner of a bedroom with no wall and no door separating it from the rest of the room. In a boutique hotel where everything is part of the experience, perhaps. But in a home you live in every single day, this creates problems nobody discusses. First and most obviously, odors. There is no door, no wall, nothing to contain them. It does not matter how strong your relationship is. There are moments that require a closed door. People who have lived with doorless bathrooms describe going through extraordinary amounts of candles and air freshener. Then steam. Without a barrier, shower moisture drifts into the bedroom, settling on furniture, bedding, and walls, creating conditions for mold over time. Temperature is another issue. Doorless bathrooms are cold. All warm air escapes the moment you step out of the shower. And if you and your partner keep different schedules, morning routines mean lights, noise, and the hairdryer waking the other person. In many newer tract developments across the United States, doorless master bathrooms are becoming increasingly common. Many homeowners and industry observers suspect this could partly be a cost-cutting measure that builders then market as the premium open-concept master suite. Removing a wall and a door saves on construction costs. If a builder presents a doorless bathroom as a luxury feature, it is worth asking whether it is truly luxury or a missing wall that saved them money. A frosted sliding barn door or pocket door maintains the aesthetic while giving you privacy, noise control, and odor containment when you need it. Floating staircases without handrails. Floating staircases are genuinely beautiful when done well. They open up spaces, let light through, and serve as an architectural statement. But installed without a handrail, without a balustrade, and without any barrier to prevent someone from stepping off the edge, they become genuinely dangerous. This one is personal because it directly affects our safety and the safety of the people we love. Building codes require handrails in most states, yet homes without them exist. This is one of the few trends on this list that can put your life at serious risk. A slip while carrying a laundry basket, walking in dim light, or dealing with a balance issue can result in a dangerous fall. Children run up and down without thinking. Anyone recovering from a procedure is at risk. Anyone who gets up at night is at risk. Even glass railings come with a practical cost. They get fingerprinted and dirty remarkably fast, especially with grandchildren in the house. As light shifts during the day, smudges you missed suddenly appear. A home should be safe for everyone who walks through the door. Every age, every ability. Designing a home that only works for perfectly healthy people in ideal conditions is not good design. If you love the look, use minimalist cable systems or thin profile metal railings. They maintain the open aesthetic without the danger. Never sacrifice safety for appearance. Chandeliers and decorative light fixtures over the bathtub. Number 1 combines beauty with genuine serious danger. A chandelier over the bathtub photographs beautifully and feels luxurious. You can understand why people fall in love with the idea, but the safety issues are significant. The National Electrical Code is very specific. No suspended light fixture can be within a zone measured 3 feet horizontally and 8 feet vertically from the bathtub rim. With a standard tub at 24 inches high, the chandelier's lowest point needs to be roughly 10 feet from the floor. That is virtually impossible in bathrooms with ceilings under 12 feet, which describes the vast majority of American homes. If you slip in the tub and reach upward, you could contact the fixture, creating a direct electrical hazard in a wet environment. Before ground fault circuit interrupters became standard, nearly 800 people died annually from household electrocution, with bathrooms among the most dangerous rooms. Even with modern safety devices, combining electricity and water should never be underestimated. Most decorative chandeliers installed over tubs are not moisture rated. They corrode, degrade, and professional cleaners report that builder-grade hardware can loosen over time from routine dusting. If you love the elegance of a chandelier in your bathroom, hang it in the center of the room, well away from water. Choose moisture-rated sconces or pendant lights with crystal elements for that elegance without the risk. Always verify clearance requirements. Beauty is never worth risking anyone's safety. 10 design trends that look wonderful on a screen but create real problems when you live with them. From sinks that won't drain to kitchens that fight you. From bathrooms with no doors to staircases with no railings, the thread is always the same. When a trend prioritizes appearance over function, that is not good design. That is decoration. Good design makes practicality beautiful. Your home should be safe, comfortable, and functional for everyone who lives in it. Every age, every ability. If this helped you, share it with someone planning a renovation. Leave a comment and tell us which of these you've encountered. We read every one. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.